All right, hello Austin. This is your continuation of your natal chart reading, and I just want to let you know. Make sure you pause the reading throughout. Get you a pen and paper. Take your notes, because remember, this is a journey. This is a process to unravel your storyline, your script, to know you more on a subconscious level, to know the real you, to know the soul. Okay. Remember, this is not concrete. This is just a deeper look at what could happen. Astrology plays a part. Is nothing really like set in stone, because things happen. Aspects could trigger different. You never know the scenario with things. But I'm just giving you an inside look of what could happen or what have happened in your past lives, or what's coming up for you to be aware of. So take a moment to pause, get to know these astrology languages right here, because you're going to hear me talk a lot about conjunctions, oppositions, trines, squares, and sextiles, so you understand more deeply on your level, to know when I talk about it, to understand what I'm saying. Okay, so you can pause the video and get that. Okay, now let's begin. So first thing first, we're going to talk about your chart ruler. Your chart ruler is Mercury. So when we say chart ruler, that's the planet that rules um, over your body, over you, that you work with on a daily basis. Okay. Now, when we talk about the higher self, that's a point you have to reach. That's again the God you serve. That's something you have to connect to. But your ruling planet is something that's your storyline. Besides the North Node, the ruling planet storyline is what you mainly here to do. Okay. And it's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is in the eighth house. So now you know in this piece you could write down Mercury in the eighth house and Google it and research it more. But Mercury in the eighth house deals with death, sex, rebirth, healing, transformation, other people money, other people stuff. It could also translate to how you have sex. Okay. So it's like your mind, you think a lot when it comes down to having sex. Also, it makes you very, very introverted. Also, very, very psychic energy. But you keep it, eighth house a secret. You keep it a secret. You keep a lot of this stuff in the eighth house a secret. Then it's Aries, so it's like you can become aggressive when it comes down to love, and or be aggressive in sex. In the areas of death, also, or killing people, or anger, or rage. But by being retrograde, meaning it's inward, it's something you think about. You really don't take too much action about the more dangerous side of it. But you think about the dangerous side, but you don't really act on it. Uh, let's see. So what Mercury is doing in the chart? Your Mercury is conjunct the sun, so that your light and your mind is blended. Your consciousness and your mind is blended. So it's like, and then the eighth house is eighth house matters. It's intense. It's deep. So it's like you could be a real good detective, like a lot of underworld work, or you could deal with stuff people really are afraid to deal with. So it's like, again, going back to you being solid, so you're not afraid. I'm picking up a lot in overall in the aspects of stuff that I went over and looked through. You don't have too much fear, because the fear planet, also the soul psyche planet, you have sextiles and you have trines with it. So you have good karma again with the dark and the fear planet, because also fear is just an illusion. But it's like your mind, it's like you have outside forces messing with you, especially with this Uranus and Neptune squaring it. So remember, squares are lessons. So you have squares to Uranus, Neptune, North Node, Chiron. So it's like you don't want to heal, you don't want to face your wound, you don't want to face your destiny. You rather not deal with those type of things. It's just like you rather just look like with this sextile moon. It's like you feel, and then over here the moon being your higher self, then connected to your not higher self, connected to your past life. Um, Being a nurturer, feeling. So it's like your outside exterior is big, bold, strong, but you really do just want to love. You really do really want to love. People really don't, I'm seeing people don't see that I really know that about you until they talk to you. You're very, very loving, but it's like it's layers you have to pull back to get to your love. You're very, very guarded and shielded. But you meant to be with this moon energy, you meant to be a parent. And you'll be more of the easier, softer, motherly energy parent, and the other parent will be more masculine and dominant and very, very stern, like this way, do this way, or more of like the disciplinarian. You'll be the parent that deals with like, okay, here you go, kids, here's the card. All right, here you go, take the money, or get just get away. Oh, let me handle my business. Here you go, take this, that, and just get it, get rid of the kids or whatever. But it's like they'll be the one like, Daddy, I need you, Daddy, I'm gonna go ask Dad for some money, or Dad gonna give it to me. Like you're more of the nurturer when it comes down to being a parent. But we gonna get to that more deeper later on. So with Mercury being your chart ruler, so you rule by the mind. And by you having Pluto in its natural house, because Mercury rules the third house, so by you having Pluto there, you dominate the mind. So it's like you're a very, very deep thinker, very, very private. I'm picking up private with these placements and aspects. Very, very private. It's like, again, you have, this is Mercury home and this is Pluto home. So you have both of the planets in the opposite homes. Well, not opposite, but yeah, opposite homes. Yeah, this what Mercury is supposed to be. This what Pluto is supposed to be. So it's like you're very, very picking up a powerful mind, a destructive mind of a regenerative mind, like animalistic almost. But you keep it private. You keep it to yourself. It's like you have your dark side under control in check. But let's go deeper. Let's see what else. So I told you about the Karen and the healing. It's like your wounds, and that's big. So again, write down Karen and research more about Karen and Cancer, because this is what you did in your past life. Because see, it's conjunct your South Node. South Node is your past life. Okay. So your North Node is in Capricorn, and that's Saturn, ruled by Saturn. But your South Node is in Cancer, ruled by the Moon. So let's take a look at what you did in your past life. Okay. So by the South Node being in Cancer, you're ruled by the Moon. So let's see what the Moon doing. Your Moon is in the 10th house of career and public life. So in your past life, you was public, you was famous. So again, it's going back to your Jupiter being in Leo. Your luck is around fame. But you look over here, your Sun is squaring Jupiter. Your light have problems with being famous. It's like you don't want to be seen for fame. But it's like your destiny calls for you meant to be famous, because again, the past life stuff will manifest in this lifetime, because it's something the soul has to relive to break the cycles of whatever happened to you in your past life around being famous. Oh, excuse me. Let's see what else with the past life. So you have Sun, Moon, sextiling, and then you have Moon sextiling Mercury. So your past life, again, you had good aspects with the underworld. Your Moon past life planet is in good reception with these two planets. Okay. Look up sextiles. Sextiles is very, very harmonious, easy. Opportunities to make money off of, again, other people. So the Moon is community. So again, you was famous in your community. And then you see you got the Moon trine in Ceres. Ceres is the goddess of grain, food, mother energy. So again, going back to being a a lot of feminine energy that's hidden within you that you're keeping locked. So you're keeping it like at the back of your mind, like you don't want to feel or deal with the feminine energy, but you have good karma with the moon goddess, the divine mother, and then you have it opposing the galactic center. So it's like your female energy don't wants to obey or deal with what God wants you to do. It's like you want to be, it's like a wild feminine, like a dark feminine energy, dark goddess energy. But it's just like your darkness wasn't love, right? The female energy. Also, that could be going back into your past life. So you have the moon as the south node ruler, past life ruler. Then your ninth house of the God you serve, the deity you serve, is Taurus, ruled by Venus. Venus or the goddess Gaia or a female deity or goddess. So going back to your past life, you were a female. So remember, be open-minded. Stay open-minded because the energy, the soul doesn't have a gender. That's why we have Neptune and Uranus in our charts. The soul doesn't have a gender, okay? The body does, this 3D world do, okay? So we're going to take our mind and expand and think outside the box, okay? So just say in your past life you were a female, you were abused bad by your father and your brothers. You're abused. So the karma of that, it makes sense of you being a female coming in this lifetime as a male and wanting to get even with them. So it's like you're strong, you're big, you're bold, powerful. They can't fuck with you. They can't take you. They can't do what they did to you in your past life. They can't do it this lifetime. But the energy and the feelings are there. Like it's like a disconnect with the father, the brothers, cause the soul know, your soul know what they did you. Okay, and then you have Chiron conjunct the South Node point. So Chiron conjunct that moon. So again, going back to being a wounded female. Then opposing Uranus, opposing Neptune, again fighting against your ancestors' wishes or fighting against your family wishes of what they wanted you to do, what you're supposed to have did for all the higher ups, God, the higher self, the soul. Going back again to the soul. Aliens, like again, think about Star Wars. It's like you fought against what they wanted you to do. Also, let me see, Neptune, Uranus. It's like your creativity, your mind. Because Uranus is the higher mind, the collective. So it's like the collective consciousness. It's like I'm picking up royalty. It's like, you know how they govern the prince and the princess? It's like they isolated. It's like I'm picking up you isolated and you want to be free. You want to break free of your parents or the bloodline restrictions. And then you have a trine to Pluto. So again, you was able to transform, dead, die, be reborn in the past life. And you brought those talents over. Also, you are able to heal. Pluto is healing. Also, you could channel because Pluto is in your third house of the mind, communication, hands. So you could be a channeler. You could research channeling. I think I told Ebony and show Ebony what channeling mean. Like gift of tongues. Like you know how people speak in tongues in church. You could do that. You can unlock their gift and channel different languages. God's language. Also, you have Karen, South Node planet, opposing North Node. So again, you brought this wound over to be relived, and the North Node right now in this moment in time is in Cancer, but your South Node is in Cancer. So it's like the North Node is coming over. So say this your South Node. The North Node is coming over your South Node. So yeah, so say this. This your North Node, this your South Node. But this is the current North Node in Cancer going over your South Node in Cancer. So the North Node is always what we focus on in this moment in time. So right now you've been focusing on your past life. Past life stuff coming up for you to reveal, to see, to heal, to work on right now in this moment in time. But like I said, in the past life, you were a healer with this Cancer energy. Cancer is also mother energy, so you were like a mother, a parent, and that's coming over this lifetime. So you will be a parent. Going forward with that, parent stuff. Let me see, because I saw from your chart, like I say, I told you about the Moon and Venus being in the 10th house. So you, like I say, you're meant to be with a woman, but it's like you marrying just for the image. It's like, see your sun over here. What is it? Your sun, your light squaring Jupiter, marriage, children. Your sun, your light squaring Saturn, restrictions. Your sun squaring Juno, soulmate. Okay. Your sun is also opposing fortune. So all that being said is like your light, say you get married, because see you got Venus sextile and Jupiter and trine in Saturn. So that's good for marriage. So it's like, remember the karma of your parents. So it's like you meant to be married, say a good 3, 5 years, 10 years in the marriage. It's like you lose your light. Just look at what squares mean. It's like your light be lost, and then you have Jupiter opposing Saturn. So it's like Saturn is restrictions, Jupiter is married, children. So like I was saying, you want to push them away, but it's like when you're in a marriage, it's like, again, you're marrying just for the image, but it's like you're marrying, and within time you're gonna lose yourself. It's like you're gonna, again, going back to being numb. It's like it's gonna be so much overwhelming you, so much on you, that it's like the marriage ain't gonna work out. But it's like I'm also picking up multiple marriage, because Uranus is lightning. So it's like it's by being the 5th house, children. So it's like multiple children, different places all over, and that's, see, another perspective. Look at it. Also, you have let me see what aspect it I saw. Okay, yeah, Jupiter squaring marriage, squaring your fortune, and then you saw that his sun opposing your fortune. So it's like in the marriage, it's all about you gonna have problems with, sharing your money. So you might not feel it right now, like, oh no, I'll be able to share my money. But when you in the marriage, when you sign those papers and commit and walk down that aisle, and the children come and the house, this, it's gonna hit you. It's gonna be like, oh, I want this my way, I want this mine. And it's like, from the aspects I've seen, because you have Venus relationships squaring your ascendant body. So it's also female squaring your body. So it's like, no, I don't want to share. I don't want to deal with this relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. That's why, it took you a minute, like you were saying, to feel into like marriage and children, because again, the karma, you have bad karma with the female goddess, Venus. You have unfinished business with Venus. And then going to your 9th house God you serve, your higher self, you have unfinished business with your higher self, the God you serve. The God you serve is playing a big role in your chart from what I see. Um, let's see what else. But like I said, you have good aspects of marriage, but it's not, I ain't gonna say not meant to last. It's like, it's possibilities of like you getting bored with the marriage, or like I say, you marrying just for the image, but losing yourself in the long term, in a long way, because it's like either a couple things getting away, finances with the marriage, or both of y'all too busy working and y'all don't have time fully to commit, or be like it was when y'all get together. So I'm saying all this just to be to bring awareness and clarity, so you know to work on the blocks for you to, so you can have a harmonious marriage. So now you know what to look for when anything comes up with that, with the marriage thing. Okay, like I said, you have healing abilities, so you have to unlock your healing abilities, because again, your South Node is in Cancer, conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the healer, healing teacher. So it's like in the past life you were a healer teacher, showing healing, because it's in Cancer. A lot of female, feminine energy that you was using to heal people. Very, very loving and divine energy. Very, very powerful. Because Cancer is the most powerful zodiac sign. So again, going back to you having a lot of power that you have to unlock. But that mind, that third house, and that Mercury in the eighth house is like, it's hidden. You have to dig for it. Because the eighth house is, to remember, like Aladdin, the underworld. A lot of people's stuff. So your eighth house, your Mercury, your mind, and your sun is deep, deep, deep in the underworld that you have to really dig for and work on. Especially since your sun squaring Saturn. So a lot of restrictions around that. Let's see. Let's talk about a couple of the main aspects and some of the sacred geometry that's going on in your chart. Remember, I was showing you about the geometry beforehand. So let me hurry up. I think it's at 20 minutes. I hope this thing don't cut off for me. So let me hurry and try to fit as much as I can in the video. Like I was telling Ebony, it also goes to YouTube about multiple sessions. Just get with me. Let me know how you want to do it or whatever, because it's so deep. This stuff is deep. This is layers. Because see, I only could talk about certain planets and different things. I couldn't really get into all this because there's a lot going on with this, and the Mars aspect. Okay. Let's get into. Let's see. Okay, so T squares. You have two T squares. Okay, T squares are tensions for success. To access the energy, focus on a house/sign that's missing. So this is the geometry for a T square. So it's like it's meant to be a full square, but it's missing this piece. Okay. So all these three other points are talking to each other, they're aspecting each other. So you have an opposition and you have two sextiles. Okay. So let's see, let's get into it. So it's tension around your destiny, your mind. Also, Mercury brothers also is in the eighth house. So it could be dealing around sexual encounters or death, rebirth. So and then carrying your wound. So it's like facing a dark part of yourself, a wounding part of yourself. Something you have tension and stress around you that you don't want to face, like healing. It's like you don't want to heal. Because like again, going back to the Chiron aspects, you have Sun square Chiron, Mercury square Chiron. You don't want to heal. It's like you don't want to face it. You don't want to look at it. But little do you know, you have a trine with Pluto, you'll be a bomb, super amazing healer once you tap in. Okay. So the remedy for that, to relieve this tension, is focusing on the second house, Libra. So basically going to Ebony, because she's a Libra rising. That's like, I love how the